What's going on, guys? In this video we are going to see how to solve higher order differential equations. Here we have a higher order differential equation. Now the first thing is we have to convert this one into characteristic equation. How to do that? When we have third order, we just write it as r cube, and if it's second order, we write it as r square. So that we keep the coefficient. This is going to be 2r cube minus 6r square, and then here 5r, and here we don't have any derivative, so the coefficient is the only thing that's going to remain. That's going to be 15, and that's equal to 0. The next thing is we have to see whether we can factor this one, and if you try to factor this one, you will end up with 2m square times m minus 3, and then minus 5 times m minus 3, that's equal to 0. From this one you will get the solution 2m square minus 5 times m minus 3 is equal to 0. And here we are trying to solve for the m. This one is easy. M minus 3 is equal to 0, therefore m should be 3, and this one is going to be 2m square minus 5 is equal to 0, therefore m is going to be equivalent to plus or minus square root of 10 divided by 2. Okay, so these are the two solutions we got from that. Now we can go ahead and express our final answer. So the general solution for this differential equation is going to be y is equal to, so when we have third order, make sure you have three terms. Here we have plus or minus. It's going to come as two different solutions. Like when I express this one, you will see how it's going to be. First we put a constant c1 e power, and here we have 3 e power 3x plus c2, and e power whatever the value we got, we just have to multiply in the power by x. So here c2 e power, if I take the plus thing, that's going to be square root of 10x divided by 2, and plus c3 e power minus square root of 10 divided by 2x. Okay, so these are the three this is going to be our final general solution for this differential equation. Now let's go ahead and try another one. Here we have y triple prime plus 8y double prime plus 12y prime is equal to 0. Same approach. We convert this one into characteristic equation. This is going to be r cube plus 8r square plus 12r is equal to 0. Now let's see whether we can factor this one. So if you take r common, you are going to get r square plus 8r plus 12 is equal to 0. And after that we can factor this one, like r times r plus 6, r plus 2. 6 times 2 is 12, 6 plus 2 is 8. That's how we got this factor. And then from this one we can say r is equal to 0, comma r is equal to negative 6, and then r is equal to negative 2. So we have the three solutions. Now we can go ahead and express our general solutions for this differential equation. That's going to be y is equal to c1 e power, the first one is 0, 0 times x, plus c2 e power minus 6 times x, plus c3 e power negative 2 times x. So we have this one. Now whenever we have e power 0, that's going to be just 1. So finally we can write this one as y is equal to c1 plus c2 e power minus 6x plus c3 e power minus 2x. And this is going to be our general solution for this differential equation. And let's look at another example. Here we have fourth order differential equation. Now y power 4, same approach. We put r power 4 plus r cube minus 7r square minus r plus 6 is equal to 0. Now here in this kind of, like, this is very complex, right? There are multiple ways you can bring this down. Like the synthetic division is best thing, and also you can do the long division. Now here I'm going to do the synthetic division. In synthetic division, what we do is we pick up the coefficient values. So this is going to be what, 1, 1, and here we have minus 7 and minus 1 plus 6, and the first one is, okay, 1, 1 minus 7. Okay, so we look at the last term here. So in synthetic division, what we do is we pick up the last term and look at the factors of this one. What are the factors of 6? It can be 1, it can be 3, it can be 6, okay, and also 2 also included, and we have to check plus or minus for each term, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2. Like, you can try this one. So whenever you try and get one of this, that's going to reduce the order. Now when we do this one, you're going to see. So if you remember synthetic division, what we do is we bring down the first term. Okay, let's try 1 plus 1. So here I'm going to try plus 1. So we bring down the first term and multiply this one, and then we put it right here. 1 plus 1, 2, and then we multiply this one by that. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus negative 7, that's going to be negative 5. And then 1 time negative 5 is negative 5. Negative 5 plus minus 1, that's negative 6. Then 1 time negative 6 is negative 6. See, we put negative 6 right here. 6 plus negative 6 is 0. So whenever we are getting 0, it means this is one of the solution. So this is correct. So we can say r minus 1 is equal to 0 is a solution. So r is equal to 1. We found one of them. So whenever we do that, we can reduce the order. Like if you multiply this one, like this is whatever we brought right here, it's going to be the next, it's going to be r cube. Okay, before we had r power 4. So when we take one of them and prove this one, the remaining thing is r cube. So now we can write this one in terms of r cube. So first one is r cube, the second coefficient is 2, so 2r square, and the third coefficient is minus 5r, and minus 6, that's going to be just minus 6. Okay, now we have to look at this one. What are the factors of this one? Because I'm trying to reduce until it's become r square, because if it's cube, it's still complicating things. So it's better to do the synthetic division until we get square. Okay, so minus 6, again it's the same thing, right? Here we can pick up anything you want, like you can pick up any number you want and check it out. I'm going to pick up minus 1 here and do the same thing. So minus 1, and for the first one, as we seen before, we just bring down the first term, and okay, let's write the terms first. So 1, 2, minus 5, minus 6. For the first one, we bring down the first term, so that's going to be 1 right here, and then we multiply. Minus 1 times 1, that's going to be negative 1. So we put the negative 1 here and add them together. 2 plus negative 1, that's going to be just 1. And multiply by negative 1, that's going to be negative 1 again, negative 1 again, negative 1 right here. And add this with this one, that's going to give us negative 6. Negative 1 times negative 6 plus 6 right here. Minus 6 plus 6, 0. So this is also a solution, because we are getting 0 as a reminder. So r is equal to negative 1 is a solution, or you can say r plus 1 is equal to 0, therefore r is equal to negative 1. Okay, so now we have brought this one into second order, because whatever the thing remaining, that's going to be r square. So here 1, 1, negative 6, r square plus r minus 6. Okay, now we don't have to do the long division anymore, because now we can go ahead and factor this one, because synthetic division anymore, because our purpose is to simplify as much as possible, where we can factor this one easily. Okay, so now we have simplified in a form such a way we can factor it easily. Here we have to see what are the things that's going to work. Plus 3 minus 2 will work, because plus 3 minus 2 is going to be 1. If you multiply, you will get negative 6. So the factor is going to be r plus 3, and r minus 2 is equal to 0. So r is equal to negative 3 and r is equal to 2. So totally we have 4 r terms. Okay, 4 r terms. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this one is 4. Okay, now let me get rid of this one, because we are going to write our final answer. Okay, let's get rid of these things and write our final answer. Okay, so here we are going to write our final answer. So we know for 1r, 2r, 3r, 4r, we need all these r's to express our final answer. So the general solution of this differential equation is going to be c1, the first term is 1, e power x, 1 multiplied by x, that's going to be just x, plus c2 e power negative 1 multiplied by x, negative x, plus c3 e power negative 3 multiplied by x, negative 3x, plus c4 e power 2 multiplied by x, 2x. So this is going to be the general solution for this differential equation. And that's it. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching. And if you are trying to learn differential equation, there are a bunch of videos in my playlist. I hope you guys watch that too. And don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.